60s, early 70s, the community leadership started to think, wow, they were clever. They said, this resource is going to deplete. We have to start thinking about what next. And so even without the mine, they may have engaged with the mine. Everybody was one community there. Everybody was the mine. But the town planners are saying, we have to start thinking what's next. So we have to diversify. And on their own, they start thinking of tourism. It's in a beautiful part of the world, of the country, the Rocky Mountains, as you can see in the background there. And they thought what would be interesting is to turn this into a Bavarian-themed tourist destination. No idea why they believed that, but they decided if people in Lederhausen would be a nice, a good attraction for tourism in Kimberley. So a mine site and a tourist theme. And so there were buildings. I think the main street was sort of Bavarianized. They started thinking about other things, recreational facilities, how they could expand it into sort of a recreational destination for the region. And with reclaimed land, as deposits were depleted, land given back by the mine after reclamation to the community was turned into recreational facilities and the like. In about 1985 to 1990, the formal mine planning started, and I'll cut to the chase. The resource was depleted in 2001, so we're talking about 10 or 15 years before then. Formal mine planning began. Again, a table, so to speak, was established where the mine, the community, First Nations, all relevant stakeholders sat together in regular sessions to plan for mine closure and social closure. What can we do together, recognizing that 10 years hence, 10 years from now, the mine will be depleted, there will be nothing left, and we need something else. So that formal planning, commitments were made. The mine made formal commitments to its promises that it made, and this is how we will support. They were not making open-ended commitments that we will continue to be the sole provider for the mine, but this is the kind of support we're ready to provide to this town to ensure its viability going forward. These were published in the Northern Miner, which is sort of the standard bearer for Canadian mining and the exploration world generally. So these were public commitments they made. And most interestingly, and this is hence the image there, and hence the name Sun Mine, post-reclamation, they turned the Sullivan Mine into the Sun Mine. And it's the largest solar facility in British Columbia that now sells to the province of British Columbia's power grid. It's a great, and so that's a source of revenue for the community. So they've taken reclaimed land, taken the Sullivan Mine and renamed it the Sun Mine, and repurposed it as a solar facility. I think it's a great example of sort of innovative, creative thinking, begun early and guaranteeing sort of the ongoing viability of a community. So in closing, what am I saying? What are we saying? We're saying basically that it's time for a new narrative in the sector where sustainability, I'm looking for someone here who's going to, it's not in the room, but where sustainability is drives decisions, drives the operational culture of a mine. And what we're saying too is that those companies that capture this, that get out in front of this, are leaders in this, will be the countries that will prosper. These are the companies that will differentiate themselves going forward, and these are the companies that will prosper and will be the guides for the mining sector going forward. Thanks very much.